Hello everyone, today we're going to begin, I'm going to create a video here, our first video on geography. Okay, so we're starting a new unit. We did a little mini unit on economics. We'll revisit economics back when we get to the Great Depression. Um, but let's go ahead and learn a little bit about geography. Okay, it's pretty straightforward. I don't think you'll have very much difficulty with it at all. You should be familiar with a lot of these concepts. Okay, the first concept that we learn about in geography is the continents and oceans of the world. Okay, and in the United States we have 7 major continents and 5 major oceans. That's what we learn. And it can be kind of tricky as to the borders between continents and what constitutes a continent. So, for example, the country of Greenland geographically is part of North America, but politically and things like that, it's part of Europe. So, anyway, but that's kind of beside the point. So I'm just going to go through this little tutorial here just to review with you the major continents and major oceans. Obviously, the first one we have is North America. Okay, and this website that I'm using right here, it's you feel free to use it. It's shepherdsoftware.com, and what you can do is I'll put on the blog. I'll put the links there for both of these websites that I'm going to use. Okay, this one has some games on there, and just this tutorial with continents and oceans. So it's got some facts over here about it. The third largest continent. Okay, this is the continent that we live on. North America is the United States of America, Canada, Mexico, Central America, and the Caribbean. Okay, the Caribbean islands as well. All right, South America. We click on that. It is it's the continent that's crossed by the equator. You can see over there on the facts on the left. Okay, and that's something that I think is interesting, that the term America was originally used for just South America. It wasn't later on that people referred to the United States of America as America, but originally America referred to South America. So anyway, there, you see the location of South America there. Now if we move eastward, we can see right here this blue continent, which is this is Europe. Okay, Europe has the most countries. Okay, it's very dense with a lot of different countries. It's relatively small, but a lot of people live in Europe, and it's really where Western civilization began. Okay, our way of life, the way kind of our culture, and the way that we live here in North America, and really in the United States of America and Canada. A lot of that is influenced by European tradition and European culture. So if we move just east of Europe, we have the largest continent in terms of size as well as population, and that is Asia. Okay, and the thing about Asia that's so cool, I think, is the fact that it's so diverse. You don't have just one kind of people in Asia. Okay, you have many different ethnic groups, many different religions, different kinds of language. Probably the most diverse continent. If we let's move back west here a little bit, southwest. And we click on the continent of Africa, okay, the second largest continent, okay, behind Asia. Okay, this includes the continent of Africa and it's the islands that are surrounding it as well. So there's the continent of Africa. A lot of people believe that civilization in general, not just Western civilization in general, began in Africa. Now, if we get to the continent of Australia. And Australia is the only continent. There's the country of Australia as well, but the continent of Australia includes islands surrounding Australia as well. So, very interesting place with a lot of interesting wildlife. Very unique culture there as well. So, then we can't forget about Antarctica, where it's mostly ice. Okay, up to 1 mile thick of ice. The only people that live there are, researchers, scientists, and people like that studying the wildlife, the terrain. So, a few thousand people live there, but they are not permanent residents. Okay, the coldest place on Earth. Okay, let's get to the oceans real quick. Let's start over here. The Pacific Ocean is immediately west of North and South America, and immediately east of Asia and Australia. Okay, so because we know the world is round, we know that it wraps around there. That's the Pacific Ocean. Okay. To the east of North and South America and to the west of Europe and Africa, we have the Atlantic Ocean. Okay. If you look immediately south of Asia and immediately east of Africa, west of Australia, you have the Indian Ocean. Okay, the Indian Ocean is named because of the nation of India, which you can see is this little point right here. Okay, the nation of India. Okay, that's where the Indian Ocean gets its name. Now we have two more on the poles. Okay, you have the Arctic Ocean, which is north. And, we talked about, I think in Flex, we talked about how if you see the prefix anti or ANT, that's against or the opposite of something. If you just look at the word Antarctica, you see that that's the opposite of the Arctic area of the world. Okay, so that's to the North Pole. Okay, what you would around the area around the North Pole, what you would commonly refer to as the North Pole. The ocean surrounding Antarctica, very, very cold water, the Southern Ocean. Okay, so if you know your cardinal directions, north, south, east, and west, that should be very easy to remember. Okay, so a lot of this stuff is just memorization, but we'll dig a lot deeper into it. Okay, I don't want you to just concentrate on memorizing the continents, because I think that'll be very easy for you. Okay, I want us to understand the culture of these different places as well. Now, I'm going to put a link to a game, a Continents and Oceans game. There are games on the first website that I showed you, but they're pretty easy. This one is actually timed. Okay, so I'd really like for you to challenge yourself and see if you can label each of the continents and oceans. And one thing this one does not have, it does not have the Southern Ocean. Okay, so it has all the oceans except for the Southern Ocean. Okay, and I'd just like to see how fast you can do this. Okay, we'll just to kind of check it out here, I will. I'm going to try it myself here, and you guys can see if you can beat me. Okay, the Atlantic Ocean, I'm going to say it's here, America here, Asia, Europe, Pacific Ocean, South America, Africa, Arctic Ocean, Indian Ocean, Australia. All right, we got it all in 14.9 seconds. Okay, and I'm not a member here. You don't have to become a member. Just kind of make note of what your score is, and we'll talk about it in class, and we'll see if we can challenge one another. Okay, so but anyway, that's really all I have right now. Hopefully this will be helpful to you. Please let me know. You can send me an email if you have any questions. Thank you.